everyone, welcome to the channel. Zarina here, aka Woolly Nomad, and today we are doing something slightly different. It's not very woolly looking at all. So I've got some beads and things, and I'd kind of like lost my progress keepers, so I thought, you know, let's make some. A while back I had purchased these, and I think you can use them as necklaces or jewelry or something. I'm not quite sure how you would use them with jewelry, to be honest with you, but these are kind of jewelry findings that I am using. So I'm going to use this because it opens like so. I think it might be an earring top, so that's your ear would go in there. Close it at the back, and then you'd have your earring here. Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't know, don't quote me. Yeah, so anyway, so I thought this would be good as a progress keeper top, because you know, you can put it in your knitting, but then you can take it out. Yeah, so that's the kind of finding I'm looking at. I'm also looking at these kind of findings. These are all silver and silver plated, by the way, so this sort of thing. And they've got like a, where are we? Sorry. Yeah, so we've got like a little sort of, it's not too flimsy wire, and we've got a little end bit to it, so the bead can sit here. I'm going to show you some examples in a second. I'll just show you all the materials I'm using. So I'm using these kind of findings. I've also got some with little loops at the end, so they're ready made, so you don't have to make them. Yeah, and I've got beads of different colors. So I've got some silvery ones, I've got some red or orangey ones, got some black. I've got quite a lot. I've got sort of a whole bag full of this, so I just tipped some out. Got buttons in there too. What else have we got? Oh, we've got some real stuff like onyx, garnet. This is a garnet. Mother of pearl. These are mother of pearl little tulips. That's quite cute, isn't it? Yeah, so that sort of thing. So we've got some real things. So for instance, I'm thinking Valentine's. If you wanted to make something and give someone who knits something nicely handmade by yourself, you can give them real stuff. These are glass beads, these ones are. So I did make like a whole load of stuff a while back for family members using these beads. Right, so I've got some examples. Now I had this keyring, which I did not make. Somebody else made this, and someone gave it to me as a present, but it's kind of based on the same kind of thing. So what you do is you use these long things. I don't know what they're called, but these are silver. You use these are not probably silver, these are just normal metal of some sort. But then you sort of put you're going to thread your beads on it, and then you're going to pop it on the whatever. This is a keyring, of course, so it's got a keyring top. I mean, you could do this for keyrings, of course, because that's, I mean, this is a keyring, I think. Yeah. So, or a bag thingy, you put it on your bag jewelry. Oop, there we go. Anyway, so but I made this is the one I've made, and I thought something like this would be nice. Whoop, where are we? Sorry, camera's a bit high today. So right, so something like this, you know, progress keeper on your knitting, I think would be nice, wouldn't it? You know, dangling. And then if you didn't have this end bit, if you didn't want to put the end bit on, you couldn't find it, yeah, then you could just have little stitch markers, which obviously you'd have to take off the knitting. But there's one, and there's another one I did, and well, actually put them on my jumper. Give you an idea really of what they're going to look like on knitting. I just whipped these up quickly. I haven't done this for quite a few years, so I'm a bit rusty, I'll be honest with you. My loops could be a bit better, couldn't they? I think it does take some practice to make these loops perfect. And there's another little one that you can kind of like add on to the end, you know, if you want to, via, you know, one of these loops. Yeah, so that sort of thing really. Yeah. So what you're going to need is, so you're going to need a few beads. It's good to have some of these tiny beads as well, you know, these beading beads, which are quite nice to sort of give variety. Yeah, so anyway, you can just buy, I think, you know, Hobbycraft is great. It now has, and I didn't buy any of these from Hobbycraft because I already had loads because I used to do beading quite a lot. But oh, that's an old one. As you can see, it's gone a bit, see, the silver's gone a bit funny. And I do chop up things as well to make new things. So upcycling is a thing, of course. Yeah, so I already had all my beads, but you know, Hobbycraft does a range of beads now, and it's got a range of beading equipment. And I bought this little beading tool from there. I had one that I'd kind of lost. I don't know where it's gone previously. So it's called the 3-in-1 pliers. Cuts, crimps and shapes jewelry wire. And as you can see, using the little finding, isn't it? And it's doing stuff with it. So you can cut them to the size you want, and it gives you a little bit of insight as to how to use them as well. There you go. There we are. Anyone new to beading, I'd be careful because obviously you don't want to hurt yourself. So make sure that you're observing health and safety. This has got, like, you know, Sharpie things in them, so you've got to keep them away from kids and stuff like that. Right, anyway, let's get down to the matter of making a progress keeper. So I'm going to show you how I make, first of all, this kind of thing, and then how we attach it to the progress keeper. So this would be just a stitch marker. Your needle could go through there. Get a needle. So these are, I think these are my 4.5s, and yeah, see, it goes through quite nicely. You see, you want it big enough. That's why I've made the loop quite big. You need it big enough to go through, to be able to go onto larger size needles as well as smaller ones. Now this one is a smaller one, you know, maybe a, oh, where are we, maybe a sock one or something. And oh, it still goes onto the 4.5mm though, so we're okay. There you go. Right, and you can use this as a stitch marker as well anyway, of course. But point is, you can actually sit that in your knitting as a progress keeper, which is why what makes this clasp really nice. I don't know what it's called though, so probably have to Google it. Sorry. Because I bought these a while back. I think I bought them in America. When I was in America. I think I might have actually. From their haberdashery section they've got in New York. Right, okay, anyway, so let's put those to one side for a minute, and we're going to start off by getting one of these, kind of a straight one. That's what we want. Oh, it's already got a bead on it. Right, now I'm hoping I can say center stage because the camera's a little bit further away, so I can't actually see what I'm doing through the lens. So I think if I can sort of stay here, we'll be fine. Right, so I've got one of these, and I just need to pick a couple of beads, you know, so bead design. These are fluorescent beads, and they shine in the dark, but they're kind of boring looking like that, aren't they? Maybe we can jazz them up with something. Shine in the dark beads are quite a good idea, I think, for knitting. Okay, not that you're going to be, well, yeah, in the cinema. Okay, so I've got a silver bead. Now these beads are actually sterling silver beads, so I've got quite a bit of proper jewelry equipment here, because that's what I was doing a few years ago. Making proper jewelry. Right, so you start off by putting maybe a little one at the end, and then I'm going to put fat one on, and then another little one. Now the thing is, right, you can put tiny beads on here, but when you loop it, you need to be, the bead hole needs to be able to take that again. So you need to be able to get this end into the hole, because what you don't want with a stitch marker is for this to, you know, get caught up in your knitting. It needs to be firm inside there somewhere. And you can solder and do it, but obviously that adds a whole other level of expertise which you know, you may not have, or you might not even want to get. Right, so I'm going to put this, it's an X, where is it? There's, you can get these from, actually I think I got this from the market like years ago. Where is it? There's a whole bunch of them, but I think Hobbycraft and stuff does do them. Oh, that's a bit too big actually. Now that X will sit there nicely, but obviously that bead is, you know, that's too small, so I don't know, maybe I won't use it. Yeah, I should have put some, sorted some out what I'm going to put on here. Okay, so I've got like one bead and two silvery beads. So I've got one fluorescent, two silvery. Now I need an end bead that I can put that on. Actually, that's quite nice, isn't it? What you want is, though, you want another bead on the other side, I think. This is where designing stuff comes in. See, I think that hole's too big for that anyway. You don't want it huge, because what's going to happen is that the oh, actually that hole's quite good, I think. Can you see it? I think that one will do. All right, I'm going to put that on. Well, actually that's quite nice. Looks a bit flowery, doesn't it? So then what you do is you just hold. Now you can use clamps and things for this actually. So you hold it in position and you turn it slightly like that, and then you just crimp it round like so. And again, like I said, this takes a little bit of expertise, and I haven't done it for a number of years, so I'm a little bit rusty. But you want to, this needs to come a little bit further down than just there, because you want it to go inside. So where are we? Can you see? So what I do is I'm just sort of turning it further to get it down and into the bead again. Hopefully you can see. It's a bit of a gloomy day today as well, so not the nice weather. Yesterday it was lovely, but I had to do other things and I couldn't do this. It would have been better to do this yesterday. Right, so I just keep on turning it so that that goes into the hole. I think it's gone in now. Here it has. So can you see it's a little bit not perfect? So now we need to sort of try and perfect the loop a little bit. So doing that sort of thing maybe. And also maybe flattening it like so. There. Well, actually, yes, so if you hold those together, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? I always say that about everything there, don't I? There you go. Put it on my jumper. Right, there we go. That's not too bad, is it? Yeah, that's a nice one. Awesome. Right, so you can attach another one to it, make it longer, like I did here with this one. So I did a small one at the end for this sort of mother of pearl looking, or pearl looking. It's not mother of pearl, that's pearl, but just pearl, that is. These two are mother of pearl, these tiny ones, I think. Or are they just pearl? No, I think they're mother of pearl. Yeah, obviously this is just pretend pearl actually, and these are some kind of real thing. Yeah, so as you can see, I've added a little one at the end, haven't I? So you can do that. This could be the end one, and then you can add another one here to make it longer. So like this is just a stitch marker like that. Yeah, so I'm going to make another one which I'm going to attach to one of these. Yeah, okay, right, let's make another one. Now this time we're going to need two loops. We're going to need a loop on this end and a loop on the other end. So now if I look at, where are they gone? If I look at this is a closed loop, so I'm going to have to make sure my loop is not closed. I need to put my loop in there first and then close my loop. So I'm going to need two loops. Now I can, if I wanted to, use one of these that's already got a loop on it, which I think I'm going to attach to this. And how I do that is I can just open this loop. Yeah, so what you do is you just twist it slightly, and can you see it's, where are we? It's opened slightly, yeah. Right, and then I just pop that in. Oop. Oh, okay, I've not opened it enough. Open it a bit more. There you go. So you can see, twisted it open. I'll pop that on there, so it's on now. And then I'm going to twist that shut. They're really handy pliers, these are. And then make sure that that is nice and tight. Like, you can put it in. You see, these pliers have got like a little ridge in here. You can put the loop in the ridge and tighten it up. And there you go, it's tightened now. Right, so that's on. Not too bad, was it? And now I can add some beads to this, but before I close that loop, I'm going to need to take it through this loop first. Yeah, so let me put the beads on here first. So this is what we've got in the bottom section, so maybe we want something similar. So I'm going to pop, actually no, was it this one that I did? No, it wasn't this one, sorry, it was this one. Picking up the wrong one. Okay, so something similar to this in the top section. So let's see, what have we got? So we've got this, okay, and let's put a silver bead on first. That'd be nice. Silvery bead. Oop. Silver bead, and then a fluorescent, and then so I'm going to do exactly the same thing in reverse. So silvery bead, fluorescent, silvery bead again. Come on, I can't see where the hole is. It is fiddly. And if you don't like fiddly stuff, it's not for you. Right, and then I'm going to put one of these on again. And you don't have to do this, you can totally do something else. Right, so there we go. And then I'm going to, now this is the tricky part, because I need to put this on before I shut it. So I've angled it on, and then I'm going to, first of all, actually I should have taken it that way a little bit. Just going to angle it round like so. Move that out the way a little bit. You just have to hold it tight in this hand. This is why sometimes a clamp works nicely. Right. We're nearly there, we're nearly there. Right, there we are. I hope you can see this and it hasn't gone out of focus. Actually, I've got a lot of stuff in the background which might make this go out of focus. So I'm hoping it hasn't done that. All proof will be in the pudding when I actually watch this back. See if I can actually see anything that I'm doing. Right, so yeah, so that's gone into the loop, into the hole. Sorry, the loop's gone into the hole. Yeah, has it? Oh, there it is. It has now. It has now. Right, so that's what it looks like as a progress keeper. I just put my jumper in front. Yeah, like so. There. And so we need to shine it in the dark. Have it shining in the dark for us to know whether or not it's worked. But yeah, there you go. There's a progress keeper. But if you just wanted a stitch marker, it would be that one. Right, that was just a quick little episode, sort of giving you some tips on how to make your own knitting jewellery, or for friend, mum, you know, relative. special person in your life who knits. Yeah. Or crochets even, actually, because you could easily use this on your crochet. It'd be nice. Right. I think that was successful. Let me know what you think. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Make some space. The star doesn't want to move out of the way. Okay, we'll leave it there. Right, there's one. Oh, let's move it up a bit. Yeah. That's that one. That's that one. And you know, you can buy these like little boxes and things that you can put them in to make them look a bit more fancy when you give them. The other thing to do is to make little tiny pouches, or buy a little pouch like this so you can put it in, you see. So I've got something in here. I've got some beads actually in here that I wanted to do something with, but you can get these little tiny pouches. I mean, thinking of presentation, and you can put your stitch marker in the pouch if you want when you give it as a present. You can also make these because they're very simple. If you're a crafty person and you know how to sew, or wants to learn how to sew even. Anyway, that's an option as well. So yeah, so we've got, I'm sure I made a couple more. Where are they gone? But anyway, there we are. Stitch markers. Check. See you in the next episode. Probably will be knitting in the next episode.